Because yesterday, the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, made some very, very serious and grave allegations against the Election Commission of India. Addressing today a Vote Adhikar rally in Karnataka, Rahul Gandhi demanded that the Election Commission of India hand over all India electronic voter list and videography of the past 10 years.
The Congress turns up the heat on Election Commission. Leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi has reiterated his charge of voter list fraud against the EC in the Mahadevapura assembly seat in Bengaluru. He led the Vote Adhikar rally, a protest march at the Freedom Park on Friday, against the alleged vote theft during the 2024 parliamentary polls. Rahul Gandhi alleged that 1 in every 6 votes was stolen in the Mahadevapura assembly segment in the Lok Sabha polls. He demanded a probe by the government into the alleged election fraud.
चुनाव आयोग से हम वोटर लिस्ट मांगते थे, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक सॉफ्ट कॉपी वोटर लिस्ट की मांगते थे, वो मना कर देते। वीडियोग्राफी मांगी, उन्होंने नहीं दी। और आपने मेरा कल प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस देखा होगा, उसमें हमने 100% साबित कर दिया है कि इलेक्शन कमीशन और बीजेपी ने मिलकर आपसे कर्नाटका से लोकसभा चुराई है।
Congress MP Priyanka Gandhi Vadra seconded Rahul's allegations.
चुनाव आयोग अच्छी तरह से जांच करे और तब बोले, बगैर जांच किए कुछ नहीं कह सकते। इतनी बड़ी किताब भर एक विधानसभा में आपने देखे कितने फर्जी वोट थे, सबने देखे, वो सबूत है, तो उसको लें, जांच करें और देश को बताएं कि क्या हो रहा है।
The Election Commission has hit out at Rahul Gandhi, giving him an ultimatum to either sign a declaration under oath or apologize. EC sources say if Rahul believes in analysis, then signing an oath should not be a problem. Rahul Gandhi earlier released a video message reiterating his charges. The 8-minute-long video by Rahul highlighted the special intensive revision of the voter list in Bihar, as well as alleged voter theft in Mahadevapura.
इसलिए हमने ये रिसर्च सिर्फ एक लोकसभा में एक विधानसभा सीट में की, मगर मुझ में अब पूरा भरोसा है कि ऐसी 100 से ज्यादा सीटें हैं हिंदुस्तान में, जो यहाँ हुआ है उन सीटों में भी हुआ है।
The BJP has hit back, accusing Rahul Gandhi of tarnishing the poll body's image. It further accused the Congress of selective outrage.
दूसरी बात,
मैं आज राहुल जी को भी कहना चाहता हूं, बंद करिए ये वोट बैंक की राजनीति। मतदाता शुद्धिकरण पहली बार नहीं हो रहा है। चुनाव पे चुनाव हारते जाते हो, इसलिए पहले से ही बिहार चुनाव हारने का एक वजह लोगों को बता रहे।
Led by Rahul Gandhi, India bloc leaders will hold a yatra in Bihar from August 17th to September 1 over the electoral roll revision exercise in the state.
The Bharatiya Janata Party is saying that the claims made by Rahul Gandhi are not only false, but this also reflects the frustration of the Congress party because they are not able to win elections after elections. With video journalist Manish Bidhuri, this is Amit Bhardwaj reporting for India Today from Delhi.
Meanwhile, the Election Commission is once again under fire. Leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi accused it of voter list manipulation, citing a particular example of one constituency in Bengaluru, where one address, 80 voters were allegedly registered in a single-room house. India Today investigated the claim by the leader of opposition. Take a look.
India Today visited the address at the center of this political storm. And what we found raises serious questions. The house, which is barely 10 to 15 square feet, is currently occupied by a food delivery agent from West Bengal who moved in just a month ago. He claims he has no link to the alleged 80 voters and has denied knowing anyone on the list.
आप यहाँ पे बाड़े में रहते हो?
हाँ, रेंट।
किसका घर है ये?
वो सर का नाम जयराम रेड्डी।
जयराम रेड्डी है। कौन है वो? किस पार्टी का है?
वो तो पता नहीं सर। मैं इधर 1 महीना आया सर।
हाँ।
इधर मैं 1 महीना आया, ठीक है। मैं ज़्यादा दिन हुआ।
कौन था, कुछ पता था?
तो वो ओनर सर ही बता
कितना
सकते
बड़ा
हैं।
है आपका घर?
The house is owned by Jairam Reddy. When contacted by India Today, Reddy initially confirmed being affiliated with the party but later backtracked.
ನೀವೇನಾಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್, ಜಯರಾಮ್ ಸರ್?
ಸುಮ್ನೆ ನಾವು ಪಾರ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾವೇನು ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಬಂದ ಬಿಜೆಪಿಗೆ ವೋಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಹೌದಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಬೆಲೆ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ವರ್ಕರ ಹೆಂಗೆ, ಏನ್ ಕತೆ?
ಇಲ್ಲ 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 ಅದೇನು ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ. ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಜೊತೆ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ವಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ.
Shockingly, Reddy also admitted that he never informed Election Commission officials about the anomaly, despite knowing that most of the registered voters no longer reside there.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇವಾಗ ನೋಡಿ 10-15 ವರ್ಷ ಹಿಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಇದ್ದವರೆಲ್ಲ ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ರು ಖಾಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು, ವೋಟ್ ಇರೋರೆಲ್ಲ ಖಾಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದ್ರು.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಅಲರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕಮಿಷನ್ಗೆ ಈ ತರ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಇದ್ರೂ ಅದೇ ಹೆಸರಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತವರೆಗೂ 80 ಜನ ವೋಟರ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಎನ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇವಾಗ 80 ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ವೋಟರ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಬರ್ತೈತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅವರು ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕೆಲವರು ಊರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕೆಲವರು ಊರ್ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ವೋಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ, ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಕೆಲವರು ಅದು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಊರಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಟ್ಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಒರಿಸ್ಸಾ, ಬಿಹಾರ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮಂಡ್ಯದ ಕಡೆಯವರು.
India Today also spoke to the Muni Reddy BLO, who confirmed that there are 80 voters registered in that one house.
ಬಂದು ಬಾಡಿಗೆಗಿರೋದು 2024ರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಆವಾಗ ಆ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಶಿಫ್ಟೆಡ್ ಅಂತ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೀವಿ ಆಫೀಸ್ಗೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಜನಗಳಿಗೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಅವರು ಒಂದು 14 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಸ್ಟೇ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮ್ ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ರೆಂಟಲ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಜನ ಎಷ್ಟು 80 ಜನ ವೋಟರ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಯಾರು ಸ್ಟೇ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. ಆವರೇಜ್ ನನಗೇನಂದ್ರೆ 10 ವರ್ಷ ಆವರೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 80 ಜನ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 8 ಜನ ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಎನ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. 8 ಜನ ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಎನ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವರ್ಷ ಲೈಕ್ 4 ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತಾ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್? ಇಬ್ರು ಇದ್ರು ಒಂದ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ 4 ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ 12 ತಿಂಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
For now, what's clear is this: Rahul Gandhi's claims have found some ground.
It is the house of Dipankar. He says that he is living here from past 1 month, and it is a very small house where he can accommodate only 1 or 2 people, which has a hall and a kitchen and a bathroom, and it doesn't even have a bedroom. And as per the allegations made by Rahul Gandhi, he said that around 80 people have enrolled for voter list from this particular house number 35, here in Muni Reddy Garden near Bengaluru. With video journalist Madhu Sagaraj reporting for India Today, Bengaluru.
All right, so that was my colleague Sagai Raj filing this report from Bengaluru on particular constituency of Bengaluru Central, which Rahul Gandhi had pointed out. But let's now cut across to other ground reports that my colleagues filed where other addresses were concerned. Listen in.
राहुल गांधी ने कल एक प्रेजेंटेशन दिया और ये बताया कि आदित्य श्रीवास्तव नाम के एक शख्स हैं जिनका की 4 जगह मतदाता सूची में जिनका नाम है। कर्नाटक चुनाव में कर्नाटक में उनका नाम है, बैंगलोर में, इसके अलावा महाराष्ट्र में और फिर लखनऊ में। तो हम आदित्य श्रीवास्तव को ढूंढते हुए उनके घर पर पहुंचे हैं। यही आदित्य श्रीवास्तव का घर है और उनके पिता एसपी श्रीवास्तव, लेकिन बताया ये जा रहा है कि अब परिवार यहाँ नहीं रहता। अगर हम आपको पीछे दिखाएं तो उनके बकायदा उनके पिता का नाम, जो कि उस मतदाता सूची में है, वहाँ उनका नाम लिखा हुआ है। लेकिन अब ये परिवार बैंगलोर शिफ्ट हो गया है, ऐसा इनके पड़ोसियों का कहना है। और इस घर में जो उनके किराएदार अब रहते हैं, यहाँ पर अब न तो आदित्य श्रीवास्तव रहते हैं, न उनकी फैमिली, ना ही उनका परिवार, लेकिन उनका मकान यहाँ पर मौजूद है।
इस वक्त हम मुंबई के जोगेश्वरी ईस्ट इलाके में हैं। ब्लू मेडोज इस बिल्डिंग का नाम है। राहुल गांधी की तरफ से इलेक्शन कमीशन के ऊपर आरोप करते हुए ये कहा गया था कि आदित्य श्रीवास्तव नामक व्यक्ति के 3 जगह वोटिंग लिस्ट में नाम है, लखनऊ, मुंबई और बेंगलुरु। तो मुंबई में जोगेश्वरी ईस्ट में उनका इस बिल्डिंग से नाम है आदित्य श्रीवास्तव। हालांकि ये खबर आ रही है कि 5 साल पहले मुंबई से चले गए हैं और वो आप कह सकते हैं कि 2016 से 2020 तक मुंबई में थे। उसके बाद उनकी कोविड के दौरान नौकरी चली जाने जाने से वो बेंगलोर शिफ्ट हो गए हैं। बेंगलोर में अब उनका वोटिंग का डिटेल्स है, लेकिन यहाँ के इलेक्टोरल लिस्ट में यहाँ के जो लोकल एमएलए हैं उनका कहना है कि ये नाम आदित्य श्रीवास्तव दिखता है, और अभी जो विधानसभा इलेक्शन हुआ है लास्ट ईयर नवंबर में, उसमें भी ये नाम दिख रहा था।
All right, let's cut across right now to my colleagues who've been filing these reports from across the country at the back of the allegations that were made by Rahul Gandhi. Joining me is Sagai Raj from Bengaluru, Samar Shrivastava from Lucknow. Sagai, would you take us through on what you investigated at the back of the address that Rahul Gandhi gave out as an accusation of multiple voters from one particular address?
That particular address was near Mahadevapura, and it is on the outer ring road, nestling between IT companies and residential area. And when we went and checked that particular house, there were only 3 people. There were 2 adults and a kid which was living in that particular house, and all 3 of them doesn't have any kind of voter ID. But still, that particular house has enrolled around 80 voters. What is even more interesting factor is that when we also spoke to the BLO, she claims that yes, 80 people have enrolled there. 80 people have voter list, and those are securities, homemade servers, housekeeping workers who come there, get the rental agreement, and thereafter get their ID card. But the question is, in last 10 years, 80 people, in an average 8 people in a single year. So probably even if you have 2 people in a house, elders, husband and a wife, who come there and live there, probably they might live for 3 months and get the EC card and vacate house within 3 months. So it is quite impractical to understand. Within 3 months, get your rental agreement, apply for your election card, get that, and vacate the house and go. So in any logic, they won't get the ID card within 3 months, even if you apply in last 10-15 years, even after digitization. So these are the question which is still haunting me, because BLO says that they come here, register, they take the local voter ID card, and thereafter get a work there, a job in any of the IT companies, and thereafter they vacate and go to other places. But still, they maintain the same ID card. And the owner of the house also says that why haven't you informed the election commission about this? He claims that the same voters come back on the election days and vote. Many of them don't come back. And he himself admitted, saying that these are residents who live in Orissa, they live in Bihar, they live even in the other parts of Karnataka. But on the election day, they come back and vote, though they are not residing there. So these were the answers we got when we tried to do a fact check. But they have accepted the fact that 80 people have enrolled from house number 35 in Muni Reddy Garden in Mahadevapura constituency. And the irony is that the Congress candidate in the last 3 elections, he was leading in all the constituencies. Only when the Mahadevapura constituency comes, that's when the Congress used to lose. And that's when now the Congress have gone to the ground and checked, and they have found this. When I was talking to few Congress leaders, they said that they don't have any workers in those areas. And it is a fault of Congress. They have not vigilant, they have not taken care of their booths. They have allowed these kind of malpractice to happen.
All right, so stay with me, Sagai. You know, these were ground reports filed by my colleagues at the back of the allegations made by Rahul Gandhi, which Rahul Gandhi said that he had proof of it, and my colleagues went on ground to fact check. You heard what Sagai Raj said. I want to now bring in Samar Shrivastava, who went to a residence of another person that Rahul Gandhi flagged, who was registered as a voter in Lucknow and then in Bengaluru as well, Bengaluru Central, Mahadevapura constituency. Bengaluru Central constituency, the segment, of course, the Vidhan Sabha, Mahadevapura. Samarth, what did you find?
Well, Preeti, I must tell you that Aditya Shrivastava has become a curious case in India. And when we reached the Lucknow residence where he used to live along with his parents, we found that there was nobody inside the residence, as we got to know from the neighbors that the family shifted to Bangalore as Aditya got the job in Bangalore. Though it's not just about Bangalore, he even worked in Mumbai, but in the COVID times, he lost his job and then shifted to Bangalore. And along with not just him, his family also shifted to Bangalore. And when it was checked by the Election Commission of Uttar Pradesh, it was said, officials from Uttar Pradesh Election Commission said that Rahul Gandhi's claims are baseless as he is not registered with Uttar Pradesh, or what he claimed that he has been registered in the name of Lucknow. And when you search Aditya Srivastava from the Lucknow column, it says that no user found. Same happened in the chunk of Maharashtra. That was the sources from Election Commission also claiming. So it's going to be worth seeing like from where Aditya Srivastava is there to vote, and what Rahul Gandhi clearly claimed is Aditya Srivastava voted in Lucknow, in Bangalore, and in Maharashtra. Though the claims are very high, and if they are found true, then that could be a massive explosion in the politics of Uttar Pradesh as well. But when we reach to the ground, there was nobody in Lucknow. They have shifted. That means that they might be hardly coming once or twice a year. And if somebody is coming once or twice a year, it's not possible to vote in Lucknow. Or somebody can't plan to especially come to Lucknow during the time of voting. It's also unnatural when a person is obviously doing a job in corporate in Bangalore. So that's what we found in the ground report, that he was currently not staying in Lucknow. And what we saw in the reports of Mumbai as well, he was not there as well. So what's very clear, he's currently based in Bangalore. He could have voted somewhere. It would be Bangalore. Back to you.
All right, and Sagai would, I'm sure, try to figure out where Aditya Srivastava, that person named by Rahul Gandhi, is in Bengaluru. Where does he reside? Because he was registered in 3 places, Lucknow, then Mumbai, and then Bengaluru. Sagai, I want to come back to you because you carried out a very detailed investigation. What more did you find? There were other addresses that were also given out.
See, it is a clear system failure because according to BLO, she says that they have clearly mentioned when they done a survey in that particular house, when they found out that there were not 80 people residing in that particular house, they have mentioned it in their report stating that shifted. So they have remarks to say after every single epic card, they have to mention what is the remarks, what have you found in that particular house. So they say that they have mentioned shifted. Despite mentioning shifted, there is no correction which has been done. See, the larger question is, she says from last 10 years, there were 80 people who have enrolled for the voter list. So even she says that probably first year, not forget about 9 years, first year if she has said that shifted, at least they should have removed that 8 numbers in that particular year. Why they haven't done? Why they have to take 9 years or 10 years still not rectifying it? Why they allowed them to vote for 15 years? And even if they have epic card in somewhere else, there should be some kind of accountability, some kind of duplication to be found out and to remove all those things. So this is a complete failure of the system, complete failure of understanding that there are multiple people who have enrolled. And even in this case, they have enrolled themselves for the ID card, but still the Election Commission, when they do the survey, they should find out that whether those people are leaving. And even if their ground worker, like a BLO, gives a report saying that shifted, why they have not proceeded with this, why they have allowed. And it's a basic common sense that nobody can live, 80 people cannot live in a same house, which is just 10 by 15 feet in that particular house, and you can not more than 2 people who can sleep. There is no bedroom. There's a hall which has been converted into a bedroom and a kitchen and a bathroom. And these are small-time workers who are living, and poor people living in that small house, and they have to face these kind of investigation. Definitely shows that what might have gone wrong. Maybe the system, and it is the entire system which has let down this particular malpractice which was being done there.
All right, appreciate you joining us, Sagai and Samarth. These my 2 colleagues carried out a very detailed investigation at the back of the allegations made by Rahul Gandhi, and to somewhat, if you can, pick up on what they both found, there was credible, information that they picked up, which seemed to suggest that, as Sagai pointed out, that a 1-room house in Bengaluru did in fact had 80 voters attached to it. Sagai can't seem, that was Sagai's report. Samarth, when he went to that address where Aditya Srivastava, who's registered not just in Lucknow but in Mumbai as well as Bengaluru, when he went to that residence, apparently Aditya Srivastava has moved away from there 5 years ago. So the curious case of Aditya Srivastava continues. I want to take all these questions to our panelists this evening. We have with us RP Singh, National Spokesperson, Bharatiya Janata Party, Sujata Paul, spokesperson, Congress. I have Rajat Sethi, political commentator, Ashutosh, author and political analyst. I'd like to begin right now with RP Singh. RP Singh, the fact is, there are allegations that the leader of opposition has made yesterday. We've had my colleagues who've gone on ground, extensively investigated. There is some amount of credibility in those allegations which need further investigation. The larger question, RP Singh, is that why is the Bharatiya Janata Party coming out and defending the EC? Because the sheer reason that there is no debate in Parliament is because EC is an independent constitutional body. It is the EC's job to answer all these questions and dispel all doubts. The BJP shouldn't really come in and defend an organization like the EC when we are not even debating it in Parliament at the back of it being a constitutional figure.
Preeti, thank you for calling me for your debate and your daughter. We can discuss EC matters in the Parliament because EC is a constitutional body, so we can't discuss it in the Parliament. But yes, if you are opposing the SIR in Parliament and are talking about what SIR is doing out when you're holding a press conference or holding your so-called atom bomb, Tutli bomb, dhamaka, so that's what the case is. Let there be SIR wherever it's required. I mean, we are saying that. But again, this is not only matter. I mean, then he should go to Election Commission and file a petition, file a note to the Election Commission saying, yes, we want this to be investigated. Instead of holding a press conference and Election Commission has set a record, please do come and file your whatever discrepancy you have found on oath and we'll investigate that. What's wrong in it? But again, Election Commission has also said today that the statements made are misleading. This is the portal of Election Commission. Twitter handle of Election Commission. Now, I was going through the chat GPT part of the a person who misleads can be called as liar, misleader, fraud or fabricator. Let Mr. Rahul Gandhi go to Supreme Court and file a defamation against Election Commission. And this will be proven in the court that Election Commission is wrong. Because as per Election Commission, he is either fraud or he is misleader or he is a liar or he is fabricator. So he should go to the court. But fact is that this is all because he knows that they are badly going to lose the Bihar election. And as I told you earlier, in your next part, I'll show you that video where woman in Bihar has told it on her face that their education system is very good. Although he kept provoking her, saying that no, is English being taught, is computers are
All
there.
right.
So she said, no,
RP
everything
Singh,
is
your
okay.
time is up, sir. Your fader is going to go down, but I would think that there is a huge difference on what is happening in Bihar with the SIR and what the allegations of the leader of opposition is. A role revision exercise is something I don't think any political party has contested. The SIR in particular, in the manner of which it's conducted, is a question. So they are quite detached from each other. But I'm going to come right back to you. I just want like 5 minutes of patience from all our guests. I'm just joined right now by Jagdeesh Chukar. He's the founding member of ADR. We're going to speak to him for just 5 minutes. So, just give us that amount of time. Mr. Chukar, appreciate you taking the time out, sir. With the allegations that were made yesterday by the leader of opposition, do you see now it is the onus is now on the Election Commission to at least come out and dispel all these allegations point by point?
That is true. What you say is right. Election Commission, to my mind, in all seriousness, has only two options. One, the first thing that it should do is to investigate what has been said, which, at least on the face of it, prima facie, looks very serious. Rather than standing on formal complaint or affidavit or oath, it should just check whether all what has been said is really correct or it is not correct. If what has been said is found to be not correct, it should present that evidence in public and then take action against Mr. Rahul Gandhi for having said something wrong in public with proof. If there is indeed something wrong, Election Commission should correct that and then correct its systems that such mistakes do not happen in future. And then it should also come out publicly that we have found that there was some truth in these allegations, and we have made corrections, and these are the corrections we have made. This is how we have changed or corrected our systems. These are the only two options to my mind. There is no third option. It is not a question of who has said what. The question is what has been said. Is that correct or is that not correct? And the onus of proving that, as you have rightly said, is entirely on the Election Commission.
But Mr. Chukar, in midst of all of this, the EC has also made a point, which is that Rahul Gandhi file an affidavit. Why is it? Because, you've made strong allegations. There clearly is some basis to it. Shouldn't then Rahul Gandhi at least sign that affidavit?
I see no reason for an affidavit. I mean, a man has made a public statement. There are hundreds of people who have seen that happen. You don't need proof or affidavit for that. I mean, if these allegations are incorrect, Election Commission should prove them incorrect and then take action against him. That is when you will have to file an affidavit and do something more. But this is like, I didn't want to use that cliche. It is like shooting the messenger rather than focusing on the message. So to my mind, an affidavit is not necessary. If Election Commission wants to investigate, there is nothing preventing it from investigating. And Election Commission, with due deference to the Election Commission, they can ask anybody to do anything. It is, they can decide whether to investigate or not. They cannot ask somebody for an affidavit. They are not a court of law. And this debate is not happening in the court of law, it is happening in the court of public opinion. It happens in the court because Election Commission on day before yesterday, when there was a hearing of our application for details of the 65 lakh people, the Election Commission lawyer said, this is wrong, this, that, and the other. And the court said, put all this on an affidavit. The right to ask for an affidavit rests with the court of law, not with the Election Commission.
So I'm going to ask you one final question, sir, before we're going to let you go. So it's very clear the point that you're making, that the onus is now on the Election Commission to make a point-by-point rebuttal to what Rahul Gandhi and the leader of opposition has alleged. And then, if proven wrong, take tangible action against the leader of opposition for once again attacking the credibility of a constitutional body, correct?
Not only point-by-point rebuttal, with evidence and with proof.
Fair point, sir. Thank you for... make your point.
Rebuttal by saying it is all misleading, it is all baseless, it is not based on facts is not enough. Election Commission has to provide proof which stands public scrutiny. It cannot be the judge, jury, and whatever that expression is, everything by itself. Election Commission has to be prepared to stand before the jury, which is the citizens of the country. That is the answer. If I take it that way, if Rahul Gandhi is wrong, Rahul Gandhi will also lose at the jury, which is the citizens of the country. This is not an issue of one institution deciding it.
All right, so I appreciate you joining us. Thank you, Mr. Chukar, for taking the time out. I also appreciate the patience of our panelists for staying with us through this conversation. I want to go now to Sujata Paul, Congress spokesperson. Sujata Paul, while you had even Mr. Chukar who say you really don't need an affidavit, but if the Election Commission of India is asking the leader of opposition to put, his money where the mouth, is to file an affidavit, sign in on that affidavit, what's the problem in doing so if you're so sure of your allegations and your investigation, ma'am?
Good evening, Preeti, and good evening to my co-panelists and to your audiences. The fact of the matter is that this vote chori has happened, and the BJP spokespersons have become the spokespersons of the ECI. Now, as far as the evidence is concerned, that evidence obviously is before the world to see. And I've heard that probably it is being submitted by the leader who lost in Bengaluru Central in the Lok Sabha elections. So concrete evidence has been presented to the country, to the world, that in the world's largest democracy, there is vote chori happening. So instead of whataboutery, the Election Commission of India now needs to get itself in the right by telling us why it did so much of wrong. Why is it that they are not being able to provide a rebuttal to every single question, question by question, point by point on the issues raised by Rahul Gandhi ji? Also, my leader Rahul Gandhi ji has put forward the allegations with evidences. So these are not mere allegations. This is the truth. And if the ECI had to say that this was wrong, they would have said it by now. Why is it that they are only, insistent on the affidavit, not on the facts? This clearly shows that they are on the back foot and they have no answers because they have been colluding with the BJP, and this is the reason why the BJP spokespersons are so eager today, and every BJP leader is attacking my leader Rahul Gandhi because they have no answers to the questions raised by him. Why is it that your reporters are bringing proof? This is what the work of reporters is, to find out the truth of the matter. If we made some allegations without proof, your reporter wouldn't have shown that, the one that you've shown where they've gone to that Bengaluru house where 80 people were living, and there is just one delivery man.
Okay, ma'am, your fader is going to go down on its own, and I'll come back to you on this. Rajat Sethi, I want to bring you in the sheer fact, these were allegations that were made by Rahul Gandhi yesterday. We sent out teams of reporters to try and investigate. Prima facie, there seemed to be some amount of credibility in the charges, which definitely warrants a deeper investigation. The larger question, Rajat, is the fact that the Election Commission of India is a constitutional body. Should the Bharatiya Janata Party come out in such strong defense of charges that are against a constitutional body when that is the premise, it's not holding a debate on SIR in Parliament?
I don't think BJP, again, I'm not the spokesperson of the BJP, but I don't think BJP is trying to comment on behalf of the Election Commission. BJP is commenting on the political comment made by Mr. Rahul Gandhi, where he says that all the elections have been stolen by the BJP. And BJP is in its full right to actually retort to that. That, in spite of... So, in fact, it is quite funny. I was looking at some of the assertions made by Rahul Gandhi in his opening slide itself. And he says that, it has never happened that any party has beaten anti-incumbency so many times. And he was making those supposition-based arguments. I mean, look at his own family. His own family was holding on to power for 2-3 decades non-stop. I mean, his own argument falls flat with the evidence which comes from his own party ruling for almost 50 years, and maximum years of those were by a single party rule. Again, let's not go into that. Let's specifically stick to what he said. And BJP is well within its right to contest what Rahul Gandhi is making political assertions. Now, Election Commission has come out and said that, see, this is not the first time we are receiving these complaints. Kamal Nath's case was a serious complaint in 2018, which went up all the way up to Supreme Court. And they are saying that Mr. Rahul Gandhi is a repeat. So he's carrying that repeat negative message over and over again. And this is why we want to put in some kind of a seriousness behind the Election Commission putting in the taxpayer amount money into investigating something. There has to be a degree of seriousness, because otherwise these claims of assertions went all the way up to Supreme Court and were settled. There is a fixed procedure. In fact, some of the fraudulent claims that Rahul Gandhi is claiming today, those voters are coming out and putting pictures that, see, we have an epic card and we are not fraud voters. So, it is not like Mr. Rahul Gandhi is the Lord here and his whatever statement he makes is the gospel truth. It is not the case. He's made an assertion that so many voters are fraudulent voters. Now, if people are themselves coming up, so it is not a settled affair where you are claiming that this is a fraud voter list or something on those lines. This has to be contested.
Okay, have to be contested, but also definitely has to be investigated, because there is some amount of truth to that, and that's the larger question, I think, that beckons to be answered. I want to bring in Ashutosh into this conversation. Ashutosh, everything has come down to also what the EC, the press conference that the EC held today, is if the leader of opposition is so sure of his assertion and his allegations, sign that affidavit. Why not sign the affidavit and say we've done it?
See, Preeti, for the last 24 hours, whatever has happened, I'm not a believer in the conspiracy theories, but now I'm slowly and definitely I'm started believing that there might be a conspiracy, and that kind of conspiracy must have been used to manipulate the elections. Because the way the BJP is vehemently defending, there's no reason for the BJP to come out openly and defend it. There's no reason, because the case is between the Election Commission and the Congress party. And the way Election Commission is finding one alibi after another alibi not to investigate the matters. Till now, the BJP and the Election Commission has been saying that Rahul Gandhi is in a habit of accusing and disappearing. And when the defamation case is lodged, he's asking for forgiveness. Now the issue is Rahul Gandhi has come out with solid proof. Now the proof is there. So Election Commission is saying, I will not investigate. You give me a affidavit, written affidavit. It's something like this: a murder happens in my area, but the police is saying, unless you give me an affidavit in writing, only then I'll come and investigate. This has never happened. This is so brazen, and this is so arrogant, and that is why I am getting more convinced that is there a conspiracy to manipulate elections. Why BJP is defending Election Commission, and why Election Commission is not coming out openly and investigating. Look at the Election Commission's conduct when in Bihar. The reporters were exposing the weaknesses in the system. FIR were lodged against them. Reporters were threatened, they will put you behind the bar. Why so? Reporters' job is to put things in in the public domain. If the reporters are doing that, FIR is being lodged against them. Now, that is why I'm little worried today that what is happening to the whole electoral process. Is BJP defending electoral process? Is it because there is some kind of a connivance? I don't want to believe into this. But since the event which has unfolded in the last 24 hours, it is forcing me to have a serious doubt.
All right, I want to go back to RP Singh as well now. Mr. Singh, there are multiple questions, which arise. Number one, the fact is the Election Commission's credibility is at an all-time low. It's not something that I'm just saying offhand. I'm actually looking at 4-5 surveys conducted over the last 3 years by different bodies. And it does seem to suggest that there are questions where the Election Commission's functioning is concerned. The Election Commission should, would you not reckon, come out and clear all? Number one, why are we assuming that whatever has taken place is for the benefit of the Bharatiya Janata Party? You could very well been at 370 mark, possible. So why are we anyway, somewhere down the line assuming that this is counterproductive to a particular party and helped the BJP? Number one, there are also questions, Mr. Singh, which have been raised regarding the EC's decision to limit CC2E footage retention in polling booths to just 45 days. It's a matter which is in court and the EC has to answer on that. So there are multiple points to all of it.
First, Preeti, I really don't know what survey you are talking about or what feedbacks you are talking about.
I can give you the source, but you make your point. You have to.
No, but I'll appreciate you're sitting on India Today debate, and then I'll appreciate. Show me one survey of India Today which says the Election Commission credibility is very low. I seriously doubt there is one. But yes, you can.
Sir, we do a PSC and we do a mood of the nation, but I'll give you the figures later, but you must complete. I'll give you 30 more seconds because I've interrupted.
No, you give me 5 seconds, even it doesn't matter. But Preeti, issue is, Ashutosh was just now questioning Election Commission. Mr. Chukar was questioning Election Commission. Oh, that Election Commission should answer. Tomorrow I say, Ashutosh, I saw Ashutosh stealing money from someone. And let Ashutosh defend himself. I'm saying so. I saw him stealing money. So will he go and say, no, I have to prove it. I have to file an application. I have to file an affidavit for that. Or he can put a case against me. Or he can go to court against me. Tomorrow I can say that I saw you doing something which is illegal. But that's not how the system functions. But coming to the point, I'm shocked. Ashutosh saying BJP, we never defended the Election Commission. I just now told you Election Commission is on record saying that all these are misleading statements. Please, I would have appreciated if you would have gone through the Election Commission's Twitter handle. It's clearly saying that. And if it is saying so, then let's put it other way around. Let Mr. Rahul Gandhi go and file a case against Election Commission saying that they are defaming me. That much at least we expected from a leader of opposition. But again, because I told you there's a video which I must show you because that will probably answer your question also and answer the question of the ladies sitting here. And give me a second. Here it is.
कैसा स्कूल है? प्राइवेट स्कूल है, सरकारी है। सरकारी है। उसमें पढ़ाई अच्छी होती है?
मतलब अब तो इंटर में चले, सरकारी में पहले से बहुत अच्छी बेहतर है।
हाँ।
पहले से बेहतर है।
क्या क्या सीखते हैं उसमें?
उसमें कंप्यूटर भी है लोगों के लिए, और कंप्यूटर है, और उनको किताब भी मिलता है, और साइकिल का पैसा मिलता है।
अंग्रेजी? हाँ। अंग्रेजी सीखते हैं?
अंग्रेजी भी पढ़ाया जाता है।
This is the real reason that he knows that he is going to lose the election.
Sir, you can finish. You can get 10 more seconds. I'm not understanding what video you were trying to show, but you have 10 more minutes. 10 seconds. I make
The
your point.
video categorically showed that he went on the ground and he was told by a woman in the village side that yes, the education is good in Bihar. We get cycle also. Our children have computer access also. They learn English also. Schools are doing much better now.
So you're saying that's the reason why he's making these allegations?
All, yes, because he knows that how to cover up.
But sir, you know, I'll tell you what, we have...
Election.
Okay, I'm going to go to... Make your point.
How to cover up now. And they never raised a question when 22 lakh voters were deleted from Telangana. Not a single question was there. Rather, Mr. Muni Reddy was appreciating the deletion of vote in Telangana. So it is all being cooked up for a cover-up of the
But sir,
elections.
the fact is there are allegations with proof or alleged proof that the Congress says it has, right? Which we have sent out reporters. We found credible amount, at least which tantamounts to a detailed investigation that needs to be carried out. So also on your point of why are we questioning the EC, there's nobody above questioning in this country. So you yourself know we are a democracy and you wanted to know what survey. The CSDS Lokniti 2024 survey on the Election Commission detailed how the credibility of the EC is being eroded. I would reckon it's one of the most trustworthy surveys in the country, sir. Many times you quoted back to me. But I'll come back to you. I'm going to give all the other guests 2 minutes. Sujata Paul, once again, I'll come down to that same question that I've asked you before. These are closing comments of all of you. You have 2 minutes. If you're so sure of your allegations, sign that affidavit. Push the EC for an investigation.
The EC needs to push itself. And you've heard the BJP spokesperson. The only thing that they have in mind are the elections. And this time, the Bihar elections. But the EC has cooked up this khichdi. And this khichdi is now for everyone to see. And a constitutional body should not be questioned is the only argument that the BJP has. The fact of the matter is in the SIR Bihar, we have seen that Donald Trump's name is there, Ram, son of Dashrath, Kaushalya from Khagadia is there, there is an animal also. So the questions will be raised as to how come this is happening. It is the responsibility of the EC. If it is a constitutional body responsible for conducting elections, they are bound to answer all questions, to make the system transparent, which they are not doing. Another very important thing is this whataboutery is not going to be answered in the case of the questions raised by the media, former media advisor to the Manipur government. Attack RG all you want, but the questions of RG need to be answered. You know, recently in Uttarakhand, we had the municipal elections, after that the panchayat elections. Now openly people are asking questions. The media is putting it up on social media and saying how come there are a whole lot of vehicles going to villages to vote. And we are realizing that there are floating voters who are moving from one place to another. And what Rahul Gandhi ji has said about the voter Chori in Karnataka has credible proof. If it is not credible, let the election commission come forward and take action. What action does it want to take? Let them take it.
Okay. Rajat Sethi, final comments.
Preeti ji, this is how you basically pick constitutional institutions and pour acid at the roots of it to erode public trust onto it so that people stop believing in our election system. This is the most sinister thing that you can do, while on one hand you are carrying the constitutional book in your hand and the other hand you are carrying a bottle of acid. This is what is happening. If you are serious, and by the way, the similar allegations happened in Madhya Pradesh, as I was mentioning. They said that similar photographs of 36 people, same photograph is there. And Election Commission said that you're looking at a privately downloaded list, which is not even the accurate list. And this went all the way up and was settled, therefore, by the Supreme Court, where the Supreme Court said, please be serious in your accusations. And this is all what the Election Commission is saying. Today, I'll tell you, Preeti ji, if you, as a voter, if I have an EPIC ID and an EPIC number at one location, if I have to go and register for another voter ID or another location in the same assembly, I can do that. The assertion has to be made by me. I make an acknowledgement that yes, I don't have an existing epic. This is the reason, in order to remove all of the confusion, you ought to link it with Aadhaar or some government document which can be digitally, sort of secured and can be digitally established, that there are no two IDs of one guy. Or one person shouldn't have two epic IDs, and I think this is where Election Commission should go. But you know who throttled this basic thing? It was Congress Party. Congress Party said that you cannot link voter ID and Aadhaar numbers. Why? Can they prove? Can you explain the reasoning behind it? No, you cannot. You want to make allegations, and today you want to say that, okay, I made the allegations and those are tantamount to truth. It doesn't happen like that. You need to go and take it to the reasonable levels. Even if you go make an assertion in the courts, you need to file affidavits. But otherwise, even court is not going to entertain your petitions. So go through the process. There are established paths to do it. You are not somebody special, born with a silver spoon or the Maharaja of this country. That you will get a separate treatment than what I am going to get. You are eating away my 10 seconds, Preeti ji, by constantly.
I don't have the time, I know. I'm going to take 10 seconds off from Ashutosh as well. But Ashutosh, your time starts now. 10 seconds less. So go ahead.
See, Preeti, the whole affair is really very murky. And there are the serious reason to doubt. Now, let's go back a little bit in the past. Supreme Court asked Election Commission, Supreme Court asked government to change the law. That selection of the Election Commission should be on a different parameters. They want the Chief Justice of India into that selection process. Government comes out and changes that rules. Haryana High Court asked that you provide footage, CCTV footage. Government comes and changes the law. Now the issue is, earlier the footage could be restored for a longer period of time. Now the EC is saying we'll remove those in 45 days. Now why you need to do this? In an open and free democracy, if people are asking for data, you provide data. We are living in an age of data. You provide those data. You provide those CCTV footage. You provide the footage so that the accusation which are made against Election Commission and the BJP should be proved. Whether these accusations are true or false. Now the issue is Rahul Gandhi has raised an issue. You get an investigation done. If investigation done, Rahul Gandhi is proved wrong, his political career will be over. But if he's right, then what will happen?
Okay, we are going to leave it at that. I appreciate all four of you for joining us. You've made your stand very clear on India playing Pakistan. You know, there is the Asia Cup coming in. What's your view on that?
No, I said it in Parliament during the Opposition Leader debate that when the Prime Minister himself had said many times that water and blood cannot flow, talks and terrorism cannot go together. And rightfully after Operation Sindoor, this government have stopped issuing visas. They have stopped trade, directly, indirect trade. We have, this government has suspended rightfully the Indus Water Treaty. We have stopped 80% of, according to the treaty, 80% of water belongs to Pakistan. We have kept it in abeyance. When all such measures have been taken, how can you jump and play a cricket match? You see, when people say, oh, what when you play other sports? So cricket is not a sport in India.
Yes.
It's football, hockey, volleyball, kabaddi. These are, I'm sorry to use their sport, but here it's like an obsession.
Yeah, you're right.
Everything comes to a standstill. And like, for example, the last day of that cricket match, I was sitting in my home. I had a parliament to go, but I wanted...
You didn't go? That's that one...
I went to parliament and I rushed back. Okay. So when fortunately the parliament was not working. So I rushed back. Okay. And I had put my cell phone on silent and I was watching, okay, now what's going to happen? You see? So cricket is like that. And then there's so much of money in cricket, which is not there in other sports. So I don't know, I'm surprised and shocked that we are playing a cricket match in Dubai with Pakistan. But anyways, I will not watch it.
You won't watch it?
I'll not watch it.
Why wouldn't? Because of Operation Sindoor?
Yeah, because
and the
not
way
Operation Sindoor, but because of, that shocking incident of Pahalgam. It is too horrific. that someone can be shot in front of their small children, wives, mothers, whatever. It's like you're watching. Your wife is watching her husband being shot in his head. That is very painful. We unfortunately in our country we forget the victims. That is what it is.
True.
When people die either in natural disaster or a bomb blast, we tend to forget. But we, of course, everyone will have to carry on life. But we also forget that 21 civilians lost in Pakistan shelling. We lost many things. So suddenly it's like, whoa. Then why do we have? Why are we not issuing visas? Why have we called back our diplomats? We have a very minimal presence in now Islamabad. We have sent back many of these Pakistani officers who are indulging in some spying or anti-national activities. We have suspended indirect trade. Wagah border is closed. So how does it make? I don't know. To me, it doesn't make sense.
So Mr. Rasaduddin Owaisi is going to boycott the India-Pakistan
No, I don't.
match.
I will not watch it. I don't use boycott and give any respect to Pakistan. I will not watch it.
Why do you think we're going ahead with this match?
I
What do you
don't
think?
know. I don't know.
What
I
are our
don't know.
compulsions?
I don't know. This is for the BCCI to answer. This is for the office bearers of BCCI to answer. This is for the government of India to answer. Why have they given permission? It is for them to answer. Because, if you can, if you are playing and you say it's a bilateral, the World Bank Treaty is also bilateral. Many of these pharmaceutical companies send their products to Dubai. From Dubai, it goes to Pakistan. They're also losing on it. You have Jalandhar is a center for ready-made garments. They are losing on it.
So it doesn't make sense.
I don't know. I don't know why. But this is my personal decision. I don't want to watch that match. Simple as that.